We've got to get to the heart of why the British are like they are, why we're the most sensible people in the world. And I think the best way of investigating that is to look at the patron saints of Great Britain. Now, does America have a patron saint, Neil? No. You couldn't get anyone, could you? No, because there's many saints in the British Isles, mate. If you want to understand the people of the British Isles, look at their saints. Now, we've got any jocks in tonight? Any jocks in? Yeah. Come on, let's hear it for Scotland. Come on. Yeah. Fantastic. We've got any Welsh in? Yeah. Spread out across the hills. Do we have any Irish in tonight? Yeah. Oh, fantastic. Quite a few. Safety numbers, of course, with the Irish. It's when there's one on his own you have to panic, innit? With luggage, looking at his watch. Now that's all in the past now, isn't it? Yeah? Not very long ago, obviously. See, on the subject, there's one thing I don't understand. That's them Yanks who pretend to be Irish. What's that all about, eh? As if being American ain't bad enough. Now, look at the saints. Look at the Scots saint, eh? St Andrew. Canny Scotsman, eh? Absolutely. Invents golf, sets up a hotel on the proceeds. And of course, there's St David, the Welsh saint. Now, no one knows what St David did. Nobody has the faintest idea. It's the God's honest truth. Nobody fucking knows, do they, love? No one knows. No. Nobody knows. We had a vicar in here. We had a vicar in here 2 weeks ago, and he didn't know either. He didn't know. Mind you, he also told us that God didn't exist. He'd retired, so he's allowed to tell you that. It's a job like any other. Now, the point is this. No one knows what St David did. Nobody. Yeah, but the important thing to remember about St David, ladies and gentlemen, is that he took the Welsh gig, didn't he? God bless him. Must have had nothing else on, obviously. Saint without portfolio, something like that. And then, of course, there's St Patrick, the Irish saint, who got rid of some snakes. Now, that's pest control at best, isn't it? It's an OBE at a push. The silver-tongued Irish talked him up. For me, the ultimate down-to-earth saint, British saint, is, of course, St George. Now, thank you. Now, St George is your ultimate down-to-earth British fucking bloke, isn't he? Yeah, because he did what any of us would do, didn't he? What any of us here would do. St George did what any of us here would do. He killed a dragon! That's right. Britain's first notch on endangered species belt. He got in there. Killed a dragon! That's right. Yeah? Lights out for the big lizard. Now, that for me makes St George the ultimate down-to-earth British bloke. Because he didn't lay down his life for Jesus or any of that bullshit. No. Now, that's the sort of thing Italian saints do, innit? Lay down their life for Jesus. Fair enough, any Italian who wants to do that, I've no problem with that. In fact, any Italian just wants to lay down his life in any general situations. It'd be a turn-up, let's face it. Folded early, 43. Now, St George is the ultimate down-to-earth British bloke. He did what any of us here would do. He did his fucking bit. Yeah, from the mouth of the monster, he rescued the lady fair. He did his fucking bit. You can't argue with that. Now, let's just forget, for one moment, that St George was actually from Malta. What? It's irrelevant. What? It's him with the ultimate British bloke. Let's also forget there's no such thing as dragons. They're mythical creatures that never existed. That is irrelevant to the story of St George and the dragon. Nothing to do with it. Let's also forget it's an allegorical tale that tells the triumph of Christian values over pagan values. Yeah? Let the intellectuals worry about that sort of bullshit. No, the thing you have to remember about St George is this, ladies and gentlemen, is he's the ultimate down-to-earth British bloke. Because he did what any of us here would do. He kicked the shit out of someone to impress a bird. That's right. And he did it while he was on holiday in the Mediterranean. That's right.